Hey guys, this is Victor with Alarm CPA. It's great to see you again. In today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking about investments. And today we're going to be talking about more specifically investments for retirement. But let's go ahead and take care of a couple things that we always take care of, which is to your workout. You want to burn a few calories. So let's go ahead and throw a couple of jabs. One to like, another subscribe. Like, subscribe. You've done that already? Great. So investments are very important, guys, right? It could be investments for right now in the present as well as in the future. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit more in the future. So you're working for a company, right? Or you are running your own business. And as always, as we have always recommended, you have 6 months worth of savings, right? It doesn't matter if it's in your business or if you're working for a company. You have 6 months, worth of savings, and you've taken care of your debt, right? So you have zero credit card debt, and you have 6 months worth of operational expenses in your savings account. And if you work for a company, you have 6 months worth of like your mortgage, rent, insurance, food, all that great stuff in your savings account. Now you're thinking about, okay, what are my plans for retirement, right? How old am I gonna be when I retire? How much money do I need to have in savings or in a retirement account in order for me to have the things I want to have, when I retire? This could be, a very nice house on the beach. This could be a cabin in the mountains. It could be traveling around the world. It could be, involved in charity work. It could be spending more time with the people that are close to you. It could be a number of different things, right? It all depends on your desire and also your personality. So the important thing, guys, is that it doesn't matter, when you're going to retire, right? But the most important thing is that you start right now. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay, guys, so let's talk about a few stats here in the US, right? The median retirement account in the US, is $93,000, right? You might be saying, wow, that is not enough, right? So you have a target and you know that the median amount is $93,000, and perhaps it depends on your circumstances. This might be not enough, or this could be, the good amount that you need in order to retire. You have to understand what your budget is. You have to understand what your monthly expenses are. You have to understand whether you have a mortgage still, that you're making payments on. You have car payments, health insurance, all that, elements that you need to consider. And then you have to understand what's the amount of money that you need to have in retirement account in order for you to retire. 70% of millennials, guys, are stressed out about retirement. And you might be saying, wow, why is that? Well, you have to understand that millennials actually saw the financial crisis in 2008 and 2009. So they understand how painful it can be, right? So they are actually very stressed out about it, and they're thinking about ways of putting money in retirement plans and retirement accounts that are going to surpass the amount of money that they actually are going to need. Another interesting stat, guys, is that Gen Z is actually investing at a higher rate than millennials and then Gen X. So they understand that there are tools available in order for them to actually invest into retirement accounts, and they're taking great advantage of these tools. Also, a lot of Gen Zs are living, with their family members or their parents. So they have abilities to actually save more money, pay down debt, and put money into a retirement. Another stat, guys, is that 25% of Americans increased their savings during the COVID-19 pandemic. Why is that? Well, it's a number of reasons. People went out less, people spend money on food less, people traveled less, as well as there were incentives that the federal government put into the economy, and a lot of people benefited from these programs, right? So automatically, the savings rate actually did go up. And another stat, guys, is that in average, Americans believe that in order for them to retire comfortably, they need $1.04 million in a retirement account in order for them to retire comfortably. Now, see the first point where we said $93,000 is the medium size of the retirement account versus what they believe is the closest amount that they need to have in retirement in order for them to retire comfortably. So $93,000 versus 1.04. Now you do the math. So in today's episode, guys, we're gonna be talking about 2 great investments alternatives that you can make in order for you to invest for retirement. Number one, guys, a 401k plan. You might be saying, Victor, but why are you saying that the 401k plan is one of the best and easiest ways for you to start saving money into retirement? It's very easy, guys. The reason why is, as we discussed in the previous video about dollar cost averaging. See the description here below where you can see more information on that. But the great thing about 401k plan is that, guys, you make the contribution automatically out of every paycheck, right? So it's automated. It's like an automated investment, right? So you're putting money into the future, into your future retirement account automatically. Every paycheck, X percentage goes into this account, right? So you have a specific amount of money that's gonna go into that account at a specific period of time. So you have time and money going into this account, right? So you have those two variables. Another great aspect of the 401k plan, guys, is that the actual money grows tax deferred, and your employer may contribute to the plan as well. So typically 401k plans invest in a number of different asset types, guys, right? So this could be stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, crypto, real estate, and other. And you might be saying, well, Victor, what are the rules of the game? Like, how do I start investing in a 401k? How can I make this thing happen? Well, I'm gonna give you 3 general guidelines, guys, that you wanna follow when you are about to invest in a 401k plan. Or if you are already investing in a 401k plan, this is additional information that's gonna be beneficial for you. So number one, guys, you can contribute up to $20,500 here in the year 2022. And then if you're older than 59 and a half, you can contribute an extra $6,500 to the plan. Number 2, your contributions is gonna grow tax deferred. So basically, you take a tax deduction now in your taxes, and then the gains in your contributions are gonna grow tax deferred, right? So during this time that you're putting money into your account and your account is growing, while it is growing, you don't pay taxes on that growth. You start paying taxes once you start pulling money out of the account. And number 3, guys, this is very important. In order for you to avoid any penalties, you wanna wait until the age of 59 and a half before you start pulling money out of the account. If you pull money out of the account before the age of 59 and a half, you could be subject to 10% penalty. But there are some exceptions. Always you wanna talk to your advisor. You always wanna talk to your CPA or your financial advisor, as I said, for more information about the rules of retirement accounts, more specifically here, the rules about 401k. You can also talk to the 401k administrator of the company that you work for, and they can give you additional information about these penalties and any other information that you may want to know. Number 2, guys, Roth IRAs. Roth IRAs, guys, are a great investment alternative. The main reason for this is because you can contribute money to a Roth IRA retirement account, and the year in which you made the contribution, you don't take the tax deduction. So you actually pay money, you pay taxes on the contribution. You put money into the account and it's not a tax deduction. You actually still pay taxes on that contribution. However, this is very important. The contributions that you make and the gains that you make, in the future, basically the growth in the account into the future, actually are gonna grow tax-free, right? While it is going up and growing, it's gonna be tax-free. But the beauty of it is, once you start pulling money out of it, it's actually not taxable. So that is the best, one of the greatest alternatives when it becomes about retirement plans. You want to consider a Roth IRA account. So you might be saying, what are the rules of the game? Yes, well, the rules are pretty simple, guys. I'm gonna give you 3 general guidelines that you wanna consider by the time you're gonna be making a Roth IRA contribution. Or if you already have a Roth IRA account, this is actually good information that you may want to consider for the future. So number 1, guys, the contribution limit is $6,000. Now, if you're older than 50, the contribution limit goes to $7,000. So number two, guys, is that actually the contributions can be taken out of the account without any tax penalties. Unlike the 401k, that if you are younger than 59 and a half and you pull money out of the account, you could be subject to a 10% penalty. In the Roth IRA, actually, there's no penalties if you need to early take the money out of the account. And number three, there's income limits, guys, okay? So the income limits, if you're single, is $129,000. And then if you're married filing joint with your spouse, the contribution limit, actually the income limit, is $204,000. So there you go, guys. You have two great alternatives in order for you to save for retirement. Number one, you have the 401k, and then number two, you have the Roth IRA. And as always, do your own research, talk to your advisor, talk to your CPA, utilize this information in order for you to make an informed decision. And as always, the great and the best time for you to start investing for your future is actually right now. So as always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.